Welcome back to 2012 Madden 20 franchise. We've just completed week 11, so we'll look at the scores and schedules, or the scores and stats of week 11. We start out on Thursday night football in division matchup. Miami Buffalo. Buffalo wins, but another good game from Ryan Tannehill as he keeps getting better. 3 interceptions from Fitzmagic, but they get the win. Good game from CJ Spiller. This is a pretty good win for Buffalo to get a division win, move to 6-4, keep their name in the playoff race. Um, the division's going to be tough, but to be 6-4, be in that division, you know, being in that wild card spot, and not a lot of people thought they'd be there is always nice. So it's a good win on Thursday night. Come from behind as they were down 17-14 at half. So it's a good win. We have Jets Rams, two pretty boring teams. Um, but the Rams do end up winning. 2 touchdowns from Sam Bradford, 2 touchdowns from Mark Sanchez. Uh, Isaiah Peed got a nice little game there, and Dale Richardson had a nice game. Touchdown from Danny Amendola and Matthew Mulligan, John Connor, and Dustin Keller. Two boring teams who probably won't be in the playoffs. Um, but the Rams get the win there. The Jets just, their offense stinks. Green Bay, Detroit, fun game, and Detroit blew a 16-9 lead. Aaron Rodgers beats Kellen Moore, who just couldn't get it done. 2 interceptions and an interception in his first career. A touchdown and 2 interceptions in his first career start. Calvin Johnson was amazing, but um, 2 interceptions, and that's what really killed the Lions in this one. And Matthew Stafford obviously isn't going to play the rest of the regular season. He's out for the rest of the regular season, so it's going to be interesting to see if Kellen Moore can get this team to the playoffs. But that's good to win for Green Bay in division. Jacksonville, Houston, Chad Henne's first start. Um, and he didn't play great, but he didn't play bad. He was meh. Matt Schaub, Ben Tate, Arian Foster, I think got hurt, but I don't remember if it's a major injury. We'll actually look at the injury report. Chad Henne had a touchdown. Andre Johnson had a touchdown. Brian Cushing, former Rookie of the Year. J.J. Watt, or a sack. Billy Cundiff and Josh Scobie, obviously because Texans cut their other kicker inside Billy Cundiff. So Houston leads the division with that one. Cincy, Kansas City. Uh, Kansas City just isn't good. Matt Castle just isn't good. 21 of 38. Andy Dalton, good game. Bengals run game is awful, and so are the Chiefs without Jamal Charles because Jamal Charles got hurt again. Peyton Hillis, hopefully you started in fantasy, 11 catches. AJ Green, 2 touchdowns. But since he is good, they will probably end up being that 5 or 6 seed. Um, but they have really no chance of winning the division with how good Baltimore is. But being 6-4 is nice. Arizona, Atlanta, fun game. Both quarterbacks played really good. Brian Hoyer uh, may be able to win that starting job next season if they re-sign him. Matt Ryan making his case for the MVP with 3 touchdowns, going to Julio and 2 to Tony Gonzalez. Michael Floyd and Andre Roberts both caught one for Arizona. But Atlanta's back in the win column, and they might have the MVP. But they have statistically the best quarterback in football this season, which is Matt Ryan. And I forgot to put the mod on, so we have Philly versus the Commanders, where the Commanders lose. So the message wasn't heard well enough. They won or 2 weeks ago. They went in their bye and then come out losing. RG3 a touchdown, two interceptions. Michael Vick 2 touchdowns and an interception. LaShawn McCoy amazing game as always, and Washington just couldn't run the ball. Deshaun Jackson, Jason Van had good games. LaShawn McCoy caught a touchdown. Pierre Garcon caught the only Washington touchdown. Fletcher Cox, you see, um, Nami Asamoah, Nick Collins, and Brian Arakpo all had interceptions. So Philly just keeps on winning, and they could actually clinch the division in week 12 if a couple things go their way. Tampa Bay, Carolina. Tampa Bay was just winning, and now they aren't winning as Cam Newton and company gets the win. Cam Newton got hurt. Derek Anderson came in. I don't recall if it's a long-term injury or not. We'll get into that. But Josh Freeman, Cam Newton, and Derek Anderson all had really good games. The muscle hamster continues to be good, maybe making a case for Rookie of the Year if Andrew Luck wasn't playing at an MVP level. Mike Tolbert, D'Angelo Williams, Steve Smith, good game. Lewis Murphy, Mike Williams, Dallas Clark, D'Angelo Williams. So it's a big win for Carolina to keep their name in the playoff hunt in the NFC. While Tampa Bay probably still has the division on lock for the most part. It depends what they do down the stretch, but that is a loss that they would much rather obviously have a win. Cleveland, Dallas. Cleveland made it a game, dude. They were leading 13-7 going into the fourth, but Tony Romo took control. Did their two first half interceptions, but was really good in the second half. Brandon Weeden touchdown interception. DeMarco Murray, obviously good. Romo had a rushing touchdown. Trent Richardson, not great. Um, Cole Beasley and Benjamin Watson caught the touchdowns. Cleveland is just not good, dude. They just aren't good at all. And it's going to be interesting what they do this offseason because they're going to have a top pick. They're going to have a head coaching opening, most likely, unless somehow Pat Turner saves his job if they win out. Most likely going to have a new GM. Uh, so it's going to be interesting to see what Cleveland does this offseason. Will they have a new quarterback? I don't know. They're just not very good. There's a lot that needs fixing. New Orleans, Oakland. Um, Big win for New Orleans. They needed this win. And Oakland falls another game without Carson Palmer. Although Terrell Pryor did play decent. Once again, a lot of checkdowns that his speedsters take. You know, he's not making any big time throws. He's doing what he has to, but the rest of his team really isn't. Drew Brees, amazing performance. Darren Sproles, great. Terrell Pryor, really good on the ground. I'll give him that. He was really good on the ground. Darren McFadden is back. I don't remember if he was back last week, but played really well. Darius Hayward Bay. Let's see. Touchdowns from Darius Hayward Bay, Marquise Colston, Devery Anderson, and Denarius Moore. But tough loss for Oakland as they were 3-0 at one point. Now they're 4-6, I want to say. So yeah, they're just not doing much without Carson Palmer, and they're wishing to have him back. Indy, New Orleans, fun, interesting game. Indy did not score a touchdown; they only kicked field goals. But it's hard to beat. I mean, it's rookie quarterbacks have a tough time beating Bill Belichick, and that happened here. Andrew Luck's probably worst game to date, 53% completion percentage, no touchdowns. Tom Brady a touchdown, 329. Stephen Ridley had a good game. Donald Brown had a touchdown. Oh no, they did have a touchdown. My apologies, I must have missed extra point. Aaron Hernandez had a really good game, and so did Gronk. Dion Branch also a good game. Kobe Fleener good game. The touchdown was Hernandez. Um, 4.5 sacks for Robert Mathis. He was getting at Tom Brady all game long. And that was a big part of why this team was good because it was third down sack, third and short sack, second and short sack puts them in a third and long. It was tough to get the ball off because they were getting there. Indy falls to 6-4. New England moves to 7-3 and is on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak. Los Angeles, Denver. Denver takes care of business. Peyton Manning 4 touchdowns. Philip Rivers 328 and 2 touchdowns. Willis McGahee continues to go on his tear. Demarius Thomas and Eric Decker, both amazing games. Jacob Tamme also had 2 touchdowns. But overall, Denver's also on a win streak here. They're good. LA not so, or San Diego not so much. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Baltimore is so good. Um, as you can see, Pittsburgh falls at home with a 4 interception performance from Big Ben, 3 touchdowns, 429 yards, 253, and 4 touchdowns from Flacco, who is elite. Ray Rice, a touchdown, 5.3 yards a carry. Bernard Pierce also had a touchdown on 4 yards a carry. This was a slaughter. Mike Wallace continues to be really good, who I think his contract's up. They're going to have to pay him. I think. I think. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. Heath Miller caught a touchdown. 2 from Dennis Pitta. Mike Wallace, Heath Miller, Ray Rice, Torrey Smith, Antonio Brown. Um, but Pittsburgh falls to 3-7. Mike Tomlin in his career from 2008 or 2007 or so to now has not had a losing season. They're 3-7, so there is a good chance that he will have his first losing season, bearing a miraculous turnaround. Chicago, San Fran. San Fran falls again at home. Chicago, really good team. Kaepernick, 2 interceptions, and there is questions whether Alex Smith will be thrust back into that starting quarterback position. Since that 5 touchdown performance of Kaepernick, he just hasn't been good. Cutler, a touchdown and interception. Matt Forte, really good game. But you lose a turnover battle, you're going to lose football games, and that's Kyle Williams. That is the wrong portrait. But um, can't win football games if you don't win the turnover battle, and that's been the story of the 49ers all season. They lose a turnover battle, and they lose football games. So Chicago beats San Fran 22 to 10. So that is the Week 11 scores. Let's look at the Week 12 schedule. It is Thanksgiving, so Texans, Lions, Commanders, Cowboys, Patriots, Jets on Thanksgiving. Surely nothing can go wrong in this Patriots Jets game. Vikings, Bears, Falcons, Buccaneers, Raiders, Bengals, Steelers, Browns, Bills, Colts, Broncos, Chiefs, Titans, Jaguars, Seahawks, Dolphins at 1 p.m. Ravens, Chargers, 49ers, Saints, Rams, Cardinals at 4. Packers, Giants, and Panthers, Eagles on the prime time matchups. Take a look at the weekly awards. Matt Ryan, Ray Rice, Justin Anderson, and Robert Mathis. And then the yearly award, Matt Ryan is now the front runner to win MVP. Take a look at the standings. As you can see, Baltimore, very good. Tight AFC South. Titans have dropped two in a row, though. Patriots on a 4-game win streak. The Bills are sniffing up, though. And the Jets are on a 4-game losing streak. Denver on a 5-game winning streak. Probably has this division on lock as Kansas City. Oakland's lost 4 in a row. Kansas City just isn't that good. And the Chargers suck. Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota. Minnesota has lost 3 straight. But this division is wide open. And the Lions are good. Tampa Bay has it 2-game lead over Atlanta. Philly can clinch the AFC or NFC East with a win, a Giants loss, and a Cowboys loss. So we could have a first division clincher. And then Seattle holds a really big lead over San Fran and LA. And we'll take a look at the injury report as well. So I don't remember how long some of these players are out for. Andrew Whitworth will miss 2 weeks. See, 6 weeks for Jamal Charles, and Dexter McCluster's also hurt, so that's not great. The Eagles are healthy. One of the best teams in the league are healthy. Michael Crabtree and Frank Gore are both hurt for San Fran. Part of the reason why they're losing. Marlon Bradshaw comes back next week, and yeah, Lawrence Tynes got hurt for New York. They just put him on IR, so he won't come back. But Marlon Bradshaw's come back for the Giants. That could be really big. Broken hand for Matt Stafford, so he'll miss the rest of the season. A knee cartilage tear for Cam Newton. He'll miss 3 weeks. So that is really big for the Panthers because those 3 weeks, because if they fall, like if they had Cam Newton and they were 8-5, that's really good. But without Cam Newton and Derek Anderson, now they're going to be 6-7, 7-6, 5-8. That's not great. You want your star quarterback, rookie of the year, playing, and be out 3 weeks could really come back to haunt them. Oh, it's Carson Palmer's back. Carson Palmer is back with the Raiders. That's big. Um, but yeah, okay, that's the injury report. Titans, obviously, and then Adrian Peterson comes back next week, which is really big. So that is the week 11. Actually, let's just check because I want to see if he's actually back this week. I didn't realize he was back already. Carson Palmer is ready to play in a really big game against the Bengals. But that is the week, what is it, 12, 11 report, scores, stats, schedule, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. I will see you next week in week 13.